Welcome back, passionate growth seekers, to another empowering episode of the Growth Mindset Podcast. I'm your host, Roni, thrilled to be continuing our journey of self-improvement together. In our previous episode, we covered core principles for developing a growth mindset in order to cultivate motivation, overcome limiting beliefs, and realize your true potential. Today, we are going to do a deep dive into how to optimize and maximize your learning itself to dramatically accelerate your growth. Mastering science-backed learning methods and techniques is the rocket fuel for meaningful personal development. I'm so glad you have joined me once again. Before we dive in, a little about my own journey. For many years, I struggled deeply with a lack of motivation, unhealthy habits, and a rigid, fixed mindset. I assumed personal transformation depended solely on dramatic overnight changes or achievements. It wasn't until I began making tiny, incremental improvements each and every day that I gradually tapped into reserves of mental strength I never realized I possessed. Those small wins compounded over time into incredible results. Now, my mission is to help shortcut your own growth process by sharing the science-backed tactics and mindsets that have worked wonders for me. When we intentionally better ourselves as individuals, we uplift those around us, live more purposefully, and progress towards our dreams. Your struggles can absolutely transform into strengths with the right approach and consistency. And it all starts with optimizing your learning process. So let's dive deeply into learning how to learn. In order to dramatically expand our abilities and accelerate our growth, we first need to master effective learning itself. This is known as meta-learning, or learning how to learn. Meta-learning means moving far beyond passive acquisition of information. It's rigorously reflecting on and systematically optimizing your actual process for gaining new skills and knowledge in order to improve and enhance your learning over time. For example, techniques like spaced repetition, interleaving, and active recall have been scientifically proven to boost retention and practical results dramatically compared to passive studying or cramming. Exercising metacognition to incorporate these types of research-backed, active learning strategies into your studies is a key component of mastery learning. Cultivating intense curiosity, grit, and a beginner's mindset also optimizes learning. Maintain childlike wonder and intrigue about the world. Ask thoughtful questions and probe deeper, even about topics you think you already know well. There are always new connections and perspectives waiting to be uncovered. High achievers and experts deliberately approach learning. They don't just passively absorb information. They reflect carefully on how to extract key insights from material and directly apply them to their goals. Information becomes integrated and actionable. For example, when I learn new productivity tips from a book, I explicitly think about how I can integrate those tactics into my daily workflow, rather than just reading it passively and quickly forgetting. This makes the knowledge tangible, relevant, and readily available for practice and habit formation. Here are some other research-backed best practices for intentional, highly effective meta-learning. Clarify your objectives, motivation, and learning goals up front. Get clear on your why. This contextualizes the information to make it stick better when applied later on. Understand how it serves your purposes. Curate quality, trustworthy sources and materials that closely align with your goals. Be selective about what you invest your limited mental energy and bandwidth into absorbing. Learn from credible people who walk the walk. Balance tightly focused learning sprints with diffuse, big-picture thinking, allowing new neural connections to form. Learning incubates and percolates when you relax your conscious focus. Apply and test new knowledge quickly through real-world implementation as soon as possible. Experiential application cements retention far better than prolonged passive study alone. Continually reflect on your takeaways and connect them to existing knowledge. Refine your overall approach over time. Think about your thinking to perfect your process. Of course, there is always more to discover about the science of mastery learning and cognitive psychology, but simply applying a few small metacognitive tweaks can accelerate your growth massively, compared to passive, reactive absorption and study techniques. Investing just 5% more effort into actively enhancing your systematic learning skills yields exponential dividends over time. Information becomes integrated wisdom. Knowledge becomes embodied capability. Readiness becomes action. For example, by actively applying one optimized learning technique, such as spacing out your practice, you could potentially achieve fluency in a new skill 400% faster. Now imagine continually compounding these marginal gains from optimized learning across the spectrum of skills you want to acquire. Your growth trajectories amplify rapidly. So if you're looking to level up your learning and actualize more of your potential, adopt a growth mindset, get strategic with meta-learning, and commit to mastery. With the right science-based knowledge and approach, combined with consistency over time, you can expand your abilities dramatically. It won't happen overnight, but small wins and 1% daily improvements really do compound into incredible results. By being intentional about improving your learning process, you can unlock your potential faster than you ever realized possible. Mastery learning is a challenging yet rewarding lifelong endeavor. All right, my friend, let's summarize what we covered today. We explored the immense value of meta-learning, intentionally improving your learning process itself through research-backed techniques. Even small optimizations make a tremendous difference over time. I hope these insights help you approach learning with more strategic intention, curiosity, and zest moving forward. Remember that the journey never ends. There is always more growth on the horizon, but incremental progress compounds. Please share this episode if you found it helpful. Leaving a review is also greatly appreciated. Together, we can all unlock more of our potential. On our next episode, we'll examine science-based strategies for overcoming procrastination, which can derail learning and growth. By fine-tuning our mindset, habits, and focus, we can conquer this common obstacle. Never stop enhancing how you learn. Small, marginal gains consistently compound into remarkable results. Thank you again for joining me today. By being intentional about improving your learning process, you can accelerate your growth in incredible ways. I'm honored to be on this journey with you. Keep growing, stay curious, and don't forget to learn how to learn. I'll talk to you again very soon, my friend. Keep reaching higher.